Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Thursday, 13th February 2025, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group. St. Kitts and Nevis Planned Hospital takes a step closer to construction. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. Conceptual drawings of the new Joseph N. France General Hospital were revealed on the 7th of February at the ceremony held at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. Described as climate smart in its design and engineering, officials have said when the hospital is opened, it will be the proverbial game changer for St. Kitts and Nevis. Glenn Bart of SKN Newsline reports.
One of the presentations made was by Taiwanese designers and engineers, Overseas Engineering and Construction Company, represented by Darwin Unolivia, director at OEEC.
We recognize the significance of this hospital to this nation, not just as a medical facility, but as a lifeline for families. At OECC, we have had the privilege of working on major infrastructure and healthcare projects across the globe. And one thing we have learned is that the success of any project is about partnership, collaborative, and shared vision. That is why we are so excited to work closely with the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, local contractors, and skilled professionals to ensure that this hospital is built to the highest international standards, reflecting efficiency, sustainability, and innovation. We take great pride in delivering not just the structures, but the spaces that transform lives, and that is exactly what we intend to do here. The climate-smart approach to this hospital makes it a forward-thinking, sustainable facility that will withstand the challenges of the evolving climate, while ensuring uninterrupted healthcare services for all the citizens. Our team is ready to bring our expertise in resilience, sustainable, and energy-efficient construction to make this vision a reality. We are fully committed to working hand-in-hand with the government of St. Kitts and Nevis to deliver this hospital, which will be a model for the region and a point of pride for this nation.
The new hospital will be located west of Basseterre in the location of medical training institutions, and on completion is expected to be fitted with modern medical equipment along with highly trained medical doctors and nurses. Glenbart reporting for SK Newsline.
Barbados is being urged to take full advantage of opportunities to build solidarity with the region and other countries. The call from Barbados' ambassador to CARICOM, David Comisiong. He was speaking as a guest on Morning Barbados. Ambassador Comisiong says Barbados will be abuzz with activity with the hosting of the meeting of the CARICOM heads of government starting next Wednesday.
The Commonwealth gives us an opportunity to rub shoulders and to come together with all of the former British colonies. And I think we have to prize these opportunities even more now. In fact, I am urging that if all of the multilateral organizations that we are in, some of them we have not paid an awful lot of attention to. We might be just a kind of token member, but I think we have to go beyond that now. We have to see that the moment that we are in demands of us to develop new relations. To live at a moment where there's so much uncertainty in the world. It's a unique geopolitical moment, And CARICOM has to negotiate, the difficulties of that moment. And of course, not just recent happenings, but CARICOM has been on a mission really to diversify, to develop relations with different parts of the world, Africa, the Middle East, Latin America. And if you look at the guests who are coming, you will see that this is a continuation of that thrust.
In his final prime ministerial address at the 2025 Trinidad and Tobago Energy Conference, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley chronicled the state of the oil and gas sector from when his administration took office in 2015 to now. Some of the high and low points of the past decade are discussed in this week's Evolving Energy. This TTT News report has more.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley noted it is the earnings and operations of this country's oil and gas sector that support the healthcare, education, and social security systems which maintain the quality of life that citizens enjoy in Trinidad and Tobago. This as he addressed the 2025 Trinidad and Tobago Energy Conference on Monday. Dr. Rowley maintained when his administration came into office, confidence was low, approaching despair in the local energy sector.
That the energy sector revenue had fallen to 1.2% of total government revenue. The global environment was not the sole reason for the sector's low financial returns for the country. It became evident that the country was forfeiting a significant amount of revenue from the marketing of its natural gas as LNG.
This led to discussions with decision makers who hold operations in the sector in Trinidad and Tobago.
These contacts in London, Houston, Melbourne, Amsterdam, and The Hague were very fruitful, and soon the industry regained its confidence, leading companies to pledge ongoing investments across the spectrum.
On the topic of the state's oil company, Dr. Rowley reiterated that it was overburdened with huge debt and needed to be restructured.
Simply by changing the business model from importing and refining crude to one of producing and selling unrefined oil, we have moved our bottom line from dangerous chronic losses to profitability.
He noted another key restructure was needed at Atlantic LNG.
One of the main decisions taken by this government was to approach the government of Venezuela with a firm proposal to have both countries abandon the unitization approach to exploring cross-border fields.
Dr. Rowley said the exploration and production companies have been undertaking preparatory work to bring the Mannequin Coquina and Dragon projects on stream in the shortest interval.
We will be seeking to engage and apprise the new U.S. administration of the importance of these projects, not only to Trinidad and Tobago, but to energy security in the region.
The Prime Minister noted that today, the domestic energy industry is experiencing a resurgence, adding that the sector is in good hands. I am Terrian Brown Campbell, and this is Evolving Energy.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick,
in association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Acting Commissioner of Police at Trinidad and Tobago Junior Benjamin has declared himself a commissioner for all, emphasizing his commitment to inclusive leadership within the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Speaking at his first press briefing since taking on the role, Benjamin vowed to enhance organizational efficiency by providing officers with the necessary resources and training while building on the foundation laid by his predecessor, Earl Harewood Christopher. TV6's Alexander Bruswell reports.
A commissioner for all. This is how Acting Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin described himself this afternoon at a press briefing held at the Police Administration Building in Port of Spain. Benjamin, in his first press briefing as Acting Commissioner of Police, was supported by recently appointed Acting Deputy Commissioner of Police, Kurt Simon, as well as Assistant Commissioner of Police, Richard Smith.
Presently, as the Commissioner of Police, I have seen myself as the Commissioner of Police for all.
He says this includes active police officers, special reserve officers, and civilian personnel in the organization.
As the Commissioner for all, I would want to ensure that all persons within the curtilage of the TTPS, that they have the necessary facilities, equipment, and training that is needed so that we can move the organization from that place of organizational development to organizational efficiency.
He later explained to the media after the press briefing that he chose this title due to his style of leadership on trying to meet people, both citizens and officers alike, to ensure that there was a greater collaboration for the benefit of the TTPS as well as the country as a whole. During the event, Benjamin also thanked the previous commissioner, Earl Harewood Christopher, for his service.
It would be remiss of me if I actually speak about leadership without first thanking
my predecessor,
Commissioner of Police, Ma'am Earl Christopher, for her conscientious and committed service to the organization.
He described Harewood Christopher as a mentor.
I must say that she has been a mentor, a model, and a multiplier within the organization. Ma'am Christopher has contributed in showing that there's a level of stability, and we are really grateful as an organization. And we want to really just start out by saying thank you, and we continue to wish her all the best, even in her endeavors.
He also announced that citizens could expect to see certain changes in the operations of the police service, which would be building on Harewood Christopher's work.
One of the things that I believe is so important is that we learn to build on the foundation that is there. So it's not necessarily about changing anything, it's about building. Anything that I would be doing is really to build on the excellent work that the Commissioner Christopher had done.
Alexander Bruswell, TV6 News.
Over in Jamaica, the People's National Party PNP is urging the government to call a general election without delay, dismissing recent poll results that placed the party behind ruling Jamaica Labour Party, JLP. Amid growing speculation of a possible July election, the PNP is challenging the credibility of the polls, accusing the government of shaping public perception to its advantage. CVM's Ramon Gordon has more.
The People's National Party has launched a bold challenge of recent polls, purportedly showing it trailing the governing Jamaica Labour Party by 5.8 percentage points. The bombshell figures emerged on social media at the weekend, putting the JLP at 38.5% and the PNP at 32.7%, just months ahead of what's expected to be a historic general contest. The PNP is crying foul, questioning the credibility of the figures in a press release. Here's a post from the opposition leader on Sunday.
Call it Andrew, call it, and I man will sound the trumpet.
The latest developments come amid growing suspicions that a general election could be called by July. The speculation was further fueled by comments from St. Catherine West Central MP Dr. Christopher Tufton at a JLP Area Council 2 meeting in Anota Bay on Sunday.
For the next 4 or 5 months, until the leader call it, we have to be bold. If you never used to call the calling program, start calling them now. If you never used to write letters to the cleaner, start writing now. It is time to show your colors and your intention.
The next 4 to 5 months. Could we be looking at a summer election? Last October, Prime Minister Andrew Holness launched a blistering attack on the People's National Party, accusing it of trying to mislead Jamaicans. Speaking at a West St. Catherine conference, Holness claimed that the Mark Golding-led PNP was using polls to manipulate public perception.
So mind you, it's not me say so. Go on YouTube and see the explanation as to how them use poll to manipulate views and perspective to get their own way. We Do not do that.
The allegation is this time on the other foot. Attempts to reach the JLP General Secretary, Dr. Horace Chang, unsuccessful up to news time. Ramon Gordon for CVM News.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.